Inside Football with Bud Wilkinson, head coach of the University of Oklahoma's football team. 15 minutes of fast-moving, exciting highlights of football. The people, its plays, and its problems. Brought to you by your National Guard, a strong force of citizen soldiers and airmen. On the ground and in the air, they serve with pride on America's first line of defense. And now, here's Bud Wilkinson.
Hello, everyone. It's good to be with you. You know, one of the most exciting plays in a football game is a screen pass that works perfectly. You usually can tell when the screen pass is coming up because the offense has been throwing forward passes downfield. The defense anticipates a pass and leave themselves vulnerable to the screen. Beautiful execution and a fine downfield lateral, almost getting into the end zone.
Well, Bud, how can a play work so perfectly when even we fans can see everyone running around in the open?
Well, it's the result of the reaction of the defense when they know that the opponent is going to throw a forward pass. When you're lined up on defense and you're trying to defend against a pass, there are two things that you have to do. Naturally, you must rush the passer so he won't have too long to throw the ball. And then, of course, you also must cover the receivers. And it's that twofold action of the defense that opens up what we term the middle zone and makes it possible to complete a screen pass. I probably can make this a little clearer if I go over to the little men. I'll try to take out those people who are not vital to the play. The deep secondary men are going to drop back, so we'll take them out. And we'll also take out the offensive ends, who would be pass receivers, and one of the halfbacks, who would be a pass receiver. Now, as the quarterback goes back to throw the ball, the remaining backs, of course, would protect for him, but it's the defensive reaction that we're interested in. As he sets up to throw, the linemen will all rush, trying to get to him before he can throw the ball, and the linebackers will drop back, trying to be in position to cover those pass receivers who have come downfield. And that, of course, leaves that middle zone open. If you can throw the ball into that area, you will complete it and probably make a very fine gain on the play. Let's go out to the practice field now and watch this demonstrated. The linemen take their stance. The linebackers retreat as the linemen rush. Let's watch it again in slow motion. The linemen rush, the linebackers drop back. And the middle zone is open. Now let's watch a screen pass develop in actual game competition. The quarterback fades and the linemen rush. The middle zone opens up. The intended receiver is alone in the middle of that wide open area. The arrows point to the linemen who are rushing and points to the linebackers who have dropped back. Whenever the defense is divided because of the rush of the linemen and the retreat of the secondary, the middle zone is open for the screen pass. Let's watch that play again and see if you can follow the action.
Time out for football, time in for the National Guard.
Did you know the National Guard is over 300 years old? That's right. The first National Guard units were established in 1636. They were the Minutemen, sworn to protect home, family, and community. Today there's a National Guard unit in every major community of the United States. In or near your own hometown, the National Guard is ready to protect you. In the air, Air National Guardsmen form a ready force in the vital defense system guarding America's skies. On the ground, well-trained Army National Guardsmen are on guard every day of the year. These are the Minutemen of today, your friends and neighbors. You should be proud of them. Remember, it pays to keep your guard up.
Bud, are there other plays that we can look for that use the middle zone?
Yes, the two other plays that capitalize on that same variance in the defense against a pass where you rush and where you drop back. The most famous of these is what we call the Statue of Liberty play. And the play gets its name because as the passer goes back to throw, he puts the ball in this position, and as we all know, the old Statue of Liberty has that torch in that position. But to describe the play for you, I think I can use the little men. As I said, the men who are in the secondary will all drop back to defend against the pass, and the pass receivers will all come down the field. So we have now the line rushing, and this one is against the defensive end. The passer goes back to throw the ball, and the end comes rushing in trying to get to him before he can throw. Just about the time he thinks that he has him, the halfback comes around, and he picks the ball off of the hand and is out around the end. The other men have rushed, and he will now pick up that open middle zone again as he moves forward for what we hope, of course, would be a sizable gain. Let's watch the play run in practice. Slow motion. The quarterback drops back to throw. Sets. Holds the ball high. It's picked off by the halfback. Who is out around the end and in the open middle zone. The third offensive play that takes advantage of this open middle zone is what we term the draw play. In running the draw play, you have the same action of the defense dropping back to cover the pass receivers who are downfield, and the play gets its name draw from the fact that as the quarterback goes back to get ready to throw the ball, you draw the defensive lineman into the backfield as they chase him and try to rush him. The guards set up as they're protecting the passer, and the center simply turns the man over him one way or the other. The defensive line is drawn in, and the quarterback palms the ball off to the fullback, who hits up the middle and again finds the open middle zone between the rushing linemen and the secondary people who have dropped back to cover the pass. Let's watch the University of Notre Dame in practice as they run the draw play. In slow motion, quarterback comes back to throw, gives the ball to the fullback, who drives up the middle, picks up excellent downfield blocking. The pattern of the draw play. Now let's watch the Fighting Irish run the draw play in actual game competition. The fullback has hit the open middle zone. The lines show that the linemen have rushed. They have taken the draw fake. The secondary have dropped back because of the pass fake. The fullback is alone in the open middle zone. You often pick up excellent downfield blocking on these plays because the intended pass receivers can become blockers as soon as the ball carrier has the ball in his possession.
Well, Bud, one thing that we fans would like to know about before every play is what goes on in that huddle.
Well, actually, it isn't nearly as mysterious as it may seem. It's always important, though, to remember that the reason the quarterback does not go into the huddle at the start of the play is so that he will not be given by his teammates a lot of unasked for advice. I think most of you are potential quarterbacks between plays in the stands, and of course the other 10 men on the team feel the same way about it. So the huddle is organized, 10 men in position, and then the quarterback comes in and gives them the signals. Now, the information given in the huddle, regardless of the pattern being used on offense, usually comprises these three things. First, the formation. Will it be T, single wing, or what pattern? Secondly, the play. And the play is usually designated by a number, 33, 44, or something similar to that. And the last thing that is given in the way of a signal is the starting count. When will the ball actually be snapped? Let's go out now and listen to a quarterback actually call signals for an offensive team.
T32 on 2. Let's go.
Now, if you were sitting in the stands and could hear the quarterback, it would sound like this.
T32 on 2. Let's go. Go! 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 Oh.
Let's break down the three signals.
T.
This is the T formation.
32. Go! Oh.
The play you just saw run was number 32.
On 2. Go! Go! Oh.
The ball was snapped the second time the quarterback said go. It was a 2 count.
Well, Bud, that's not much information, so why does it take so long for some plays to get off when they're at the line of scrimmage?
Well, often when the quarterback gets to the line of scrimmage, the defense changes their alignment. and they become strong at the very point that he has called the play. And that makes it necessary for him to check signals, as this quarterback is doing.
Well, Bud, how does he do that? How does he check signals?
Well, it's really not a very difficult thing. It varies a little bit according to the plan of the offense, but most teams have their basic plays on offense in a rather small sequence of numbers. For example, the plays that are basic to the offense are probably numbered between 25 and 40. And since you only have 15 numbers there, it's very simple to add or subtract. For example, if the quarterback called play 32 in the huddle and then got to the line of scrimmage and said add 4, then the new play would be 36. If he had play 34 called in the huddle and he said drop 3, well, then the new play would be 31. It's a very simple thing. Let's go out on the field and watch a quarterback check signals.
T32 on 2. Let's go. Hey! Check, check. Add 2, add 2.
Did you get the play? It was 34.
Now let's check signals with the National Guard.
Awareness, mobility, speed. These are key words in football. In order to achieve this in our national defense, America must be on its toes. If you're between the ages of 17 and 25 and have a military obligation, you can fill it by joining your Army National Guard. You will receive valuable technical training while you build a proud career as a citizen soldier. If you are a veteran with a remaining service obligation, complete that obligation while serving with your Army National Guard in your own hometown unit. Remember, as a young man of 17 or over, or a veteran, there's a place for you in America's largest, readiest reserve force. Stop by your local National Guard armory today and get the complete details. It pays in many ways to join the Army National Guard. I'd like to test you now to see if you can stay with the quarterback as he checks signals.
T32 on 2. Let's go. Hey! Check, check. Add 4, add 4.
What was the new play? 36. Let's do it again.
Check, check. Drop 1.
What play will be run? Play 31. It's vitally important for every member of the offensive team to adjust his assignment as the quarterback checks signals. It's equally important for all of us to be able to adjust well to the changing circumstances of our lives from day to day. It's been a pleasure to be with you.
Inside Football features Bud Wilkinson and Howard Newman. Executive producer, Ned Hockman. Produced at Southwest Film Center. Inside Football is brought to you as a public service in support of your National Guard.